Hi, welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you visiting me again. As promised, I'm going to show you how to do a 3D flower bloom in coasters with the crushed glass I made in a previous video, which if you have not checked it out, you need to because it's very informative. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe. That way you can continue to see more of them. What you're going to need, I use resin pigment paste for my blooms, and it works beautifully every time. I have a cup with a piping bag in it, my scissors to cut the tip off, of course my coasters. I have an extra cup to mix some resin in my stones because they're going to go in right after I pour my resin. You need a very, very thin layer so that it'll work correctly. And you need a very thick viscosity of resin. I use this. It's extremely inexpensive. It's called Envirotex Light Resin, and it works every time for me. And I make a lot of coasters with blooms, so for me it works perfect. Virtually every time. Now it can turn into a disaster sometimes, and it's happened to me, and it may happen to you as well. Anyway, let's get started. I've mixed for 5 minutes, and I've let it sit for about 10. So I'm just going to, actually I'm going to grab another cup. Makes it easier to pour. Okay, so I'm going to pour some in here, just to pour it into my coasters. And I'm eyeballing, to be quite honest with you, I could not tell you how much it's going to take. I don't think it's going to take as much as I poured, but we'll see. And you do not want to use alcohol ink because it will disrupt or alcohol spray to pop the bubbles. It will disrupt your bloom. So you either use a lighter or you can use a very small torch. And there are bubbles in here, so I'm going to have to torch. But we'll do that after I put the stones in, or the mirror. And just pouring a little thin layer, as thin as I can get it, and still have coverage. Oh, I did have to use all that. Okay, we'll get some more, because I made plenty. And just kind of watch how much you're pouring. Like I said, you don't want it too deep. All right, I think that's good. And actually, I've got enough in here for my stones. And see, there's very little bit left. You don't need a whole lot to coat your stones, but you do want to coat them. And just poured some in there, and we're going to mix it up to get them coated with the resin. And you can see it's more of a pasty. It's not wet by any means. It's pleasantly damp. Okay, and then we're going to hope for the best and guess at the middle. you just put your in your resin and flatten it out as best you can. See, this one I think has too much, but it's already in there, so we're going with it. You want to flatten it out because when you do your petals, they will shy away from your stones. And blooms, they move from the outside in, and you want them to do that, so you don't want anything hindering them. So you want to make that as flat as possible. And I made way too many stones. Oh, shoot. I'll have to get that. But that's okay because I can put them on my silicone and make little rings to use for next project, and they'll already be formed. And I will do that here in just a minute and show you how I do that. Just put a little bit more in here because that's what I'm going to use to do that. Use my little tool to flatten these out a little bit better and gather them up, hopefully in the middle, because you never know where your middle is going to be, honestly, with these 3D blooms. Okay. All right, now we are going to make our white paste and resin. That's what it looks like. Usually you will need to stir it some. It's very warm here today, at least in my house, in my studio. You will mix it, scrape it off, dip, and what's on your stick is what you want to use. Mix that. We're going for a nearly opaque color. You don't want it too thick or intense. You don't want it too intense. You want to be able to, and that's actually perfect right there. Let me wipe my stick so you can actually see the color. Can you see that? You can almost see the stick through the white, and that's perfect. Okay, we're going to pour that in our piping bag. And you want to get as much as you can out of there. All right. I'll wipe my stick for now. Get some of this out of the way. I'm going to squeeze it down. I'm waiting for it to get just a little warm. Okay. So in the meantime, I have not cut it yet. I'm just going to set it right there. Move these guys over. Make sure these rocks are doing what they're supposed to be doing. We got travelers, so get them back in place. But one's really thick. I don't want that in there. Because you really don't want them sticking up if you can help it. Okay. Now, what we're going to do, I have another cup because it's just easier to pour with these little paper cups. And I'm going to go around the outside of the holder because, like I said, I want that to be clear. Now, this is warming up. So I'm just pouring around the outside to get that layer. Okay. And there's about a 1/2 inch left from the top, which is pretty much what I want. So we're going to just get this out of here. This overflow. All right. Let's see how we're doing here. All right. Well, we are warm, not hot. Okay. And I'm going to get this for any random drips. All right. Can y'all see good? Roll your bag up. All right. First, I'm going to torch this real quick because there are tons of bubbles from the stones, from the mirror. And it's important to use a very small torch or a lighter because you will burn your mold. You don't want to do that. It will seize to your resin and it will ruin everything you're trying to do. All right. Can you see where I'm going here? Just about that much. You don't want it. See how it's dripping? See that drip? That's what you want. You don't really want to apply a bunch of pressure, but you do want your line pretty pretty thick. Otherwise, it's just going to fall to the bottom. All right, we're going to start here, and I'm just going to make some petals. And move quickly if you can. Or slowly, it doesn't really matter till you get the hang of it. All right, there's one. All right, next. And I'm not sure how these are going to turn out because the stones in there, I believe I put too much. So let's just hope this turns out right. Otherwise, just make your blooms pretending I didn't show you how to use stones. Trying to concentrate here, I'm sorry. But these are so fun to make, and it's so satisfying when they do turn out right, which 80% of the time mine do. But this is the first time using this crushed mirror, so we'll see. We'll see. I won't be heartbroken because I can do it again. Actually, I will be heartbroken because y'all are watching this and I'll be embarrassed. Okay. So that's done. And we're going to go in and try to break up any blobs. And we use this, and I can see a couple blobs, and just don't touch the bottom. Just, if you see a blob, try to mingle it with the other stuff. Kind of connect it. Ooh, lots of blobs. I was rushing. That's okay. And as you can see, I'm not touching the bottom. I'm just kind of pushing everything together nicely. Just kind of dragging it. And it's already starting to bloom, which is a good sign. Happy to see that. Alright. Do you see any more blobs? Well, you can probably see better than I can. Alright. Can you see how it's starting to bloom? I hope so. Uh-oh. My light. Sorry about that. I'll be right back. Okay, I hope you're still with me. Accidents happen in the studio. They sure do. Okay, I'm just going to clean off my tools. And I would say in about a half an hour, I will be back with you. I'm going to go ahead and put you on pause, and I'm going to keep an eye on this and pop some bubbles. Make sure there's no bubbles. And it looks like they're blooming beautifully. So I just wanted to show you guys what's going on with the coasters and the 3D blooms. These guys are gorgeous. Of course, you're looking at the back of them. I don't know what the front is doing, but they're looking pretty good. Okay. I will see you tomorrow. You will see me in just a few seconds. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Just gonna put my gloves on. Always wear gloves. Resin is dangerous if you get it on your skin. All right. The reason I've got these here is I wanted to show you. This is all the fabric paints that I made in a previous video. I didn't make all of them. I just made a few. But go back and check that video out. Like and subscribe. But I also wanted to make another video next using alcohol ink, testing this fabric paint to see if it will bleed. So I want you guys to pick a color, and I will use that in my next video. Okay, enough of that. Let's get this out of here. Hopefully you can see the colors good enough to kind of tell me which one you want me to use. I'm just going to get them out of my way. There. Okay. I am mixed up. I did a 1-to-1 resin because I do like a thicker resin. And this is the color I chose because this was the crushed mirror I made. And I think this color, mica powder, would be beautiful for the background. Okay, so we're just going to open this off to the side so it doesn't get everywhere. And we're going to put a little bit, well actually not a little bit, we're going to make it. I'm sorry you can't see what I'm doing. We want to make it opaque. We don't want it clear or translucent. All right, we're going to start with that and see what happens. It's about 3 heaping little spoonfuls of that. And stir, stir, stir. Make sure you scrape your sides. And mica powder you have to stir in really good. Otherwise it's going to leave dots of the mica powder, the unmixed mica powder. But I just love this color. This blue is my favorite color, which is why I chose this color in my colored crushed mirror that I made. Oh, and look at this. Can you see the beautiful color that is? It's a little darker than the stones, which is good because that's kind of what I wanted. I want the stones to stand out and I want this background to stand out. I'm just going to mix. And of course I made probably too much again, but that's okay. You may get a bonus pour out of this. But I'm going to try and speed this up a little bit because the video is getting kind of long. Alright. When you think you've got it mixed good enough, mix again. Alright, I'm going to close this up because I don't want it everywhere. Oop, and that's the color we used. This is my little tool that I used. I used 3 heaping. Can you see that? And I wish I had a bubble machine, but I don't. Because I'm just starting these videos. This is more than a hobby because I do sell quite a bit. But any sponsors out there willing to send me a bubble machine, that would be fabulous because I will test it and show everyone how to use it and how it works. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's mixed up well. And again, look at that beautiful color. All right, we are going to start with the, move these over, coaster holder. And there is bubbles in here. I can definitely see them. I didn't watch it as carefully as I did the blooms. So I may have to redo the holder. And you just pour in there. And you pour slowly. I'm not going to dome it yet because I want to make sure. Well, I know I have enough for the coasters. But, okay, move that to the side. And then we'll start the coasters. Just want to make them even. And resin will do its own thing. It's going to self-level. And then go down eye level to see which one needs to have more. And I think this one can use a little more. And this one. And this one. I actually think the holder and that one is good. So we're going to leave that for now. Here's the bonus one I was going to show you. It's a little jar and it kind of goes like this. And with my leftovers, I usually start another project. So we're going to go ahead and start this one. And eventually I will finish it up. But I'm going to pour this in here because this is not going to be enough to fill the jar up. Which is fine because I will top it with some dried flowers or something really pretty. You just want to try and get all that out of there. Okay. Now these little cups are great because you can keep it from going on top and you can pour it where you want to. Just makes it a lot easier. Just let that roll. Okay, we're going to do this side. A tad more, so I'm going to pour that in there. Okay. I'm going to spray this with some alcohol ink because I don't want a torch down in there. And the lid I will also do flowers, and then I will top coat it with this same color. Another video. Okay. And this you can use alcohol ink on. I prefer to do that because I don't want to burn my molds, and if I can do it with alcohol ink or alcohol, I'm so sorry, I don't know why I keep calling it ink, then that is my preferred method. But look at that beautiful color. These are going to be gorgeous. We hope, we hope, we hope. And don't forget to leave a comment on which color you want me to use. I have the same blue that I used in this. I have the dark charcoal, which is nearly black. I have the metallic bronze. I have the metallic olive green. I have the halo purple, which shimmers gold. I have a peach that shimmers gold. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty. I have a gold metallic. And then I have an alloy silver metallic that came in my alcohol ink set from Michaels. So that's the only one that is not a fabric paint. But I have tested this one, and it will not bleed. All right. Thank you so much. And I'm going to let these cure and pop any bubbles I need to. But please like and subscribe. I will be back in just a few seconds. Hi all. It's demolding time. Actually, I did demold the holder and it is really pretty. I was kind of wanting a little bit more blue, but it works. And there are bubbles, like I said, but you can take just a file and scrape those bubbles just to get rid of the sharpness, which in a coaster mold, it's so deep that does happen quite a bit. So, not to worry about that. Anyway, let's see what we got here. I'm so excited. These come out really easy. Okay. Ooh. Can you see? And there's the back. Coaster number 1. Coaster number 2. And the crushed mirror looks absolutely beautiful. And I love the colors together. I'm glad I did that. Ooh. This one's kind of blobby, but it's still really pretty. You can see the shimmer. Still have beautiful petals. Still looks like a bloom. And the last one. I think they're gorgeous. Love them. So there you have it. And I hope to hear from you on what color you want me to do the alcohol ink bloom in the next video. I will be more than happy to pick the winner on that one. And once again, please like, subscribe, leave me a message. I will respond. Thanks. Have a great day.